हंस परिव्रजकाचार्य स्तोत्र शत श्री श्रीमद शिवन ग्रेसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य सेवियर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद जी महाराज की जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्णु विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्र शत श्री श्रीमद शिवन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गतधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण मिलित तनु विप्रलम विग्रह श्री गौर सुंदर की श्री श्री गौर निताय की श्री श्री राधा कीचुर गोपीनाथ की श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की श्री वृंदावन धाम की नवदीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की न्यू यमुना धाम की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी देवी की हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की गोविंदास ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्रसाद डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees हरे कृष्णा all glories to the assembled devotees hare krishna all glories to the assembled devotees hare krishna all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga all glories to Srila Prabhupada namo vishnupadaya krishna prasthaya bhutale srimate bhakti vedanta swamine namine namaste saraswati devi gauravani pracharine nirvishesha shunyavadi pashyata deshatarine jai Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. The door says closed. Krishna is not even sleeping now. Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us here at ISKCON Toronto. Today is Tuesday, and every Tuesday we have something special, an event called as Tuesday Sanga, which is basically the detailed reading of Bhagavad Gita along with chanting, and then we have some snacks. Sometimes, well, we have it today. So please feel free to join us. My really dear friends, Monal Prabhu and Devanshi Prabhu are here. They will be reading the chanting as well as the reading. So please try to join us if you want to indulge some Vedic wisdom in yourself. Hare Krishna. Invite them to sit. I'll change it.
Hare Krishna, please feel free to sit on these mats. We'll be starting shortly. We'll do some short kirtan and then we'll read Bhagavad Gita together. I have some copies, so we'll distribute the copies of Bhagavad Gita and we'll read and try and discuss something from Bhagavad Gita. Also, we have prasadam, so we'll distribute prasadam at the end of this program. So please try to join us.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari गोपीजनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतिरवनचारी यमुनतिरवनचारी Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. We would appreciate if you can join us here. It's more intimate.
Hare Krishna, we are vegetarians, we don't bite, so please come closer if you are here and if you are sitting for some time. Please come and join us. The Riti doors will again open at 8 p.m. for Good Night Aarti. My friend calls it Good Night Aarti, it's called Shayan Aarti. So you can join us for that. We'll be reading from Bhagavad Gita. So we'll be actually discussing from Bhagavad Gita. It's not a lecture. We'll read something and then we will try and discuss about it. So please try to join us. Hare Krishna.
And we will also chant a round of japa. Japa is the practice of chanting on the beats slowly. So we will give the beats as well and we'll chant along after the discourse or discussion. My name is Devanshi and we are part of Bhakti Academy.
My name is Monil.
And we're part of Bhakti Academy youth group. We live in the temple and we do everything all together. We practice spirituality and we incorporate our school and work along with the practice of spirituality. And today we're here to discuss Bhagavad Gita, and he will give more.
So the event that you're part of, it's called Tuesday Sanga, happens every Tuesday in the same temple hall. We have different speakers and we together are hosting this Sangha for the first time actually. As she mentioned, we are part of a youth group. We stay in temple, practice spirituality. And we also try and balance our material side like studying or working. So welcome to the Tuesday Sangha. Today we are reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, Attaining the Supreme. And we are reading verse 28.
It's on page number 371. The ones who have this paperback version would be different, but the ones who have the hardcover should be 371. 8.28.
recite the Sanskrit and then we will repeat after that. Everyone was able to find it? Okay, so we'll recite the Sanskrit and then you can repeat after us. Okay. Vedeshu yagneshu tapeshu chaiva
Vedeshu yagneshu tapeshu chaiva
daneshu yad punya phalam pradishtam
daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam
atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva
atyeti tat sarvam idam viditva
yogi param sthanamupeta chadyam.
yogi param sthanam upeti chadyam.
One more time. Vedeshu yagneshu tapeshu chaiva
Vedeshu yagneshu tapeshu chaiva
taneshu yad punya phalam pradishtam
daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam
atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva
atyeti tat sarvam idam viditva
yogim param sthanamupeta chadyam.
yogi param sthanam upeti chadyam. A person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerities, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all these, and at the end he reaches the supreme eternal abode.
So this is a translation of the verse. You can also see the word-to-word translation just above the translation, so that you know that anything is not being misinterpreted. So whatever Krishna has spoken to Arjuna, it's being represented as it is. That's why our Bhagavad Gita is also called Bhagavad Gita as it is. And the author who actually translated this Bhagavad Gita is our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So a little bit about the author is he, at the age of 70, he traveled from India to the West, to US, to spread this movement on order of his spiritual master. So his spiritual master, he gave him an instruction that you go to the West and spread this movement, spread this Sanatana Dharma. So that's why he came here at the age of 70, and then he started preaching to the Western audience. And in 11 years, he achieved something magical, something that is not humanly possible. He spread this movement in almost all the continents, and he opened 108 temples all around the world in 11 years. Not just that, he translated 60 volumes of books. 60 volumes of books from Sanskrit or from Bengali to English. You can see the display when you go outside. On your right, you'll see a display of books that he translated. And Bhagavad Gita was one of them. Bhagavad Gita was actually one of the first book that he translated. And today, because of him, we have this temple, we have this setting, we have these deities, we have Bhagavad Gita that we can discuss. So we are very, very grateful to him. And before actually discussing, I would like to offer some prayers so that we can get the blessings of him and all the previous acharyas or teachers who have worked so hard to give us this literature. Right? Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Bhagdakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamshta Shri Rupam Sagrachatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So now we'll read the purport. Purport is actually an explanation or a summary that the founder has given. This is not like a mental speculation. This is actually from the study of many scriptures that he has done and the commentaries of previous acharyas that he has presented before us. So the purport says, this verse is a summation of the 7th and 8th chapters, which particularly deals with Krishna consciousness and devotional service. One has to study the Vedas under the guidance of spiritual master and undergo many austerities and penance while living under his care. A brahmachari has to live in the home of a spiritual master just like a servant, and he must beg alms from door to door and bring them to the spiritual master. He takes food only under the master's order, and if the master neglects to call the student for food that day, the student fasts. There are some of the Vedic principles for observing brahmacharya. Would you like to read?
After the student studies the Vedas under the master for some time, at least from the age of 5 to 20, he becomes a man of perfect character. Study of the Vedas is not meant for the recreation of armchair spectators, but for the formation of character. After this training, the brahmachari is allowed to enter into household life and marry. When he is a householder, he has to perform many sacrifices so that he may achieve further enlightenment. He must also give charity according to the country, time, and candidate, discriminating among charity and goodness, in passion and in ignorance, as described in Bhagavad Gita. Then after retiring from household life, upon accepting the order of Vanaprastha, he undergoes severe penances, living in forest, dressing with the tree bark, not shaving, etc. By carrying out the orders of brahmacharya, householder life, vanaprastha, and finally sannyas, one becomes elevated to the perfectional stage of life. Some are then elevated to the heavenly kingdoms, and when they become even more advanced, they are liberated in the spiritual sky, either in the impersonal Brahmajyoti or in the Vaikuntha planets or Krishna Loka. This is the path outlined by Vedic literatures.
So what we'll do is we'll read some paragraph and then try and discuss something from it and then go further. So in the first paragraph, let me ask you a question. Who all had a teacher during their lifetime? In school, college, university, whenever. Everyone had a teacher, right? How important is it is to have a teacher to study? Very much important. We cannot study without a teacher, right? What if I tell you, oh, I'll give you all the textbooks, I'll give you all the materials that is necessary, and you do self-study? Is it possible? No. So if we can say that in material life and when we study all the knowledge, we need a teacher. Similarly, when we study the Vedic knowledge, we also need a teacher. And that teacher is the spiritual master. So here, the importance of having a teacher is outlined. And Krishna talks about having a teacher, having a spiritual master in many places. And there's a particular verse in 4th chapter, 13th verse. It says that, I'm forgetting the verse, if you can remember the verse.
Which one?
4:13.
I can pull
Yes,
it up.
it says, Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadakshyanti te jnanam gnaninas tattvadarshana. So he says that, vidhi purvak, you have to accept a spiritual master and then surrender unto him, and he can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. So until and unless you have not seen the truth, you cannot explain somebody else about the truth, right? So similarly, you have to accept someone who's actually realized this knowledge of Vedic studies. And then, because you are serving them, you are surrendering unto them, you are inquiring from them, then they can actually give you that knowledge, give you that realization. So similarly, in Bhagavad Gita also, first when the Bhagavad Gita starts, Arjuna was having a friendly talk with Krishna. That, Krishna, I don't want to fight, I don't want to kill my family members, this and that. And Krishna was like, it's okay, you have to fight, this and that. It was a friendly talk between two friends. But after this verse, Arjuna asked that I'm surrendering onto you. You know, I'm surrendering onto you, and now I'm accepting you as a teacher. And after that, Krishna starts actually serious talks. So, in very next verse, Krishna actually chastised Arjuna that you're talking like a wise man, but you are a fool because you don't know what is the truth. So it's very important for us, if we actually want to take the spiritual life seriously, we need to accept a spiritual master. We need to have a guru. So Krishna is stressing the importance of having a guru here in the very first paragraph. That one has to study the Vedas under the guidance of a spiritual master and undergo austerities and penance while living under his care. So austerity and penance means, you know, you have to be disciplined in a sense. Like when you start practicing spirituality, there are some rules, set of rules that you need to follow, like waking up early in the morning, taking a shower. Taking a shower is very common. In India, we take shower, but in some parts of the country, they don't take shower also. So that is also considered an austerity, that you have to take a shower, and then you have to kind of follow some rules and regulation. Like some of us who have committed to spirituality, we chant a certain number of rounds on beads, and then we have a certain schedule that we follow. So these are some type of austerities. Like austerities doesn't mean that you have to go in Himalayas and stand on one leg. That is not necessarily the austerities that they are talking about here. So austerities are different in different ages, and this age, if we follow this, and this is the austerity for us. Want to add something?
I think you pretty much covered all of them.
Okay.
Does anybody else wants to add anything?
Yeah, any questions, anything you would like to discuss on? You can always ask questions.
The reason that we need a spiritual master is also because we can study from the scriptures, we can get the knowledge, but the only way we can realize that knowledge is when we have the seed of bhakti, which is given by the spiritual master. And until that time, it's like growing a plant, a creeper of bhakti. And until the time you don't have a spiritual master, you're actually just maintaining the soil that needs the seed. You know what I mean? So unless we don't have that seed from which the plant grows, it's impossible to get the tree of bhakti. So we need the spiritual master.
And then there was some talk about brahmachari, like how a brahmachari should live. So before we talk about brahmachari, let's talk about what is brahmachari, right? There are 4 orders or varnas of life: brahmachari, vanaprastha, sannyas, and grahastha, right? So it's mentioned in the Vedas that up until the age of 25, 5 to 25, everyone has to follow brahmacharya. And at the age of 25, you have a choice. Either you can enter grahastha ashram, or you can remain a brahmachari and dedicate your life to Krishna or to your guru, right? So you have 2 options. And then after you enter grahastha ashram, from the age of 25 to 50, you maintain your family, you take care of your children, you see if they're grown up, and then once they are capable of taking care of themselves, you enter vanaprastha. Vanaprastha is, the word actually means one prasthan, so you go to one, or forest, right? In this age, it's not recommended to go in forest, but what you can do is you can actually dedicate more time towards spirituality, towards reading scriptures, towards actually if you've actually acquired some knowledge and then trying to spread that knowledge to others. So that is vanaprastha. And then the last order is sannyas. So sannyas is actually you live all your attachments, like you live your family, your relatives and everything, and then you dedicate your life fully to Krishna, towards spreading this Vedic knowledge, towards educating others, towards helping others. So that is sannyas. So brahmachari is very, very important. Brahmachari is brahmacharya is very important because it is in this period that you will actually learn some discipline. You will learn about the truth of life, the goal of life. And before entering grahast ashram, you'll actually develop, there will be talk of how you will develop your character. So in brahmachari ashram, you will actually develop a character that is needed for you to sustain your grahast ashram. Right now we see, you know, a lot of divorces, people, families being broken, you know, people, they get married but then they have affair outside. They, you know, men, if they're working outside, they have affair outside. Women, if they are going out, they have affair outside. So it's all very messy. And what is the reason behind this? There's no development of character between the age of 5 to 25. If the character is being developed in a way, you know, you are trained that, okay, you have to be loyal to your wife, you have to follow your dharma, then there's a very less chance that you will be deviated. And you'll also know that even if, you know, I am able to cheat my wife, I'm able to cheat my family, I'm able to cheat my society, I'm able to cheat my government, everything, but no one is able to cheat the ultimate law of karma. How will you able to cheat that law that is made by Krishna, that is made by God, right? You will not be able to cheat. So ultimately you will get all the reactions that, you know, the action that you're performing. So if people, they know about this, they have some fear, some healthy fear of the Shastras, then they will think twice before doing something like some abominable activities like we see very commonly these days, you know. So that's why brahmacharya is very important. And also, brahmacharya is a period where you actually learn how to control your mind. You know, you learn how to control your senses, because why a lot of crime and why a lot of this kind of activities happen? Because people, they are not able to control themselves. You know, if you ask a criminal that, you know, this is wrong, why would you do that? And they will be like, in that moment I was so much carried away by my senses, by my mind, I was just out of my mind, they will say. Why are they out of their mind? Because they cannot control it. They will just follow the, you know, they will act compulsively, they will follow the instincts. And because of that, they will do whatever they will do. So if during the age of 5 to 25 we control ourselves, we learn how to tame our mind, how to see, like how to take a step back in a situation where, you know, it's very tempting to do something, it's very tempting to shout at someone, it's very tempting to, you know, take up a fight. How to take a step back and look from a higher perspective. Is it important for me to fight here? Is it important for me to say some harsh words here? Is it important? Or should I try to save my relationship? Should I try to, you know, give more importance to my partner or to my loved ones? If we know all these principles, then it will be very easy for us, you know, when we move into grahast ashram or when we try and go and outside work, we'll be setting an example for others on how to live a life. So this Vedas, these scriptures, they are not, you know, some ancient texts that don't have any relevance in these days. It's very, very relevant and it's very practical. If we see the principles, this Bhagavad Gita was spoken 5,000 years ago, but the principles, they are still applicable. It's still the same, because it was spoken for humanity, for every one of us. We are still humans, we still have the same mind that Arjuna is talking about in Bhagavad Gita, we still have the same body that Arjuna is talking about in Bhagavad Gita, and most importantly, we are all spirit souls apart from the body that Krishna and Arjuna are talking about. So it's very, very relevant of whatever they are talking. It's very practical. So if we try to understand Bhagavad Gita from someone who has actually realized this truth, who has actually learned it from their spiritual master, then it will benefit us like anything. It can change our life. Um, you may think like, I'm a 20-year-old boy sitting here and talking to many of you who you are actually way, senior than me in age, experience, everything. But I'm just trying to share what my teachers have taught me. And it's not me speaking from my knowledge, but I'm just a medium. This is Bhagavad Gita speaking to you through me. So try to understand it in that way. Anything you want to add?
I think I'd just say that the reason that we have to go through the 4 stages of life that are prescribed in Vedas is how to learn that sense control and to do that austerity and penances so we're able to live a good life. But further down the line, you'll read that it is not, you can surpass those rituals, and that is the magic of Bhagavad Gita. And the rewards of doing devotional service. I think we can read forward.
Mm-hmm. I would like to add on that point that why do you have to follow the 4 ashramas and everything? The ultimate goal is to actually attain Krishna. There has been mention of going to Golok Vrindavan. So what is Golok Vrindavan? Golok Vrindavan is actually the eternal dham or eternal abode of Lord Krishna, where Krishna, Radharani, Mother Yashoda, Nand Maharaj, they all reside eternally. So they have their leela going on there eternally. And we can also go there. It's been mentioned by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita that it's not that, it is just for me and my associate. It's for everyone. It's for you, it's for me, it's for everyone. We can also go there. We can reside with Krishna. We can actually see Krishna every day. It's how beautiful it is to see Krishna here in his deity form. It's beautiful, right? He's standing there with his flute, with Radharani, dressed in, opulent dress. Just imagine how beautiful it would be to go in Golok Vrindavan and see Krishna face to face. You can talk with him. You can, smile at him. He will smile back at you. Just imagine it's how beautiful it is. So ultimate goal of life, or ultimate goal of life of everyone actually, is to actually go back to Krishna. So briefly talking about this current world that we are staying in, it's called Mrityu Loka. It's called Mrityu Loka. Mrityu Loka, why Mrityu Loka? Because if we see it from the perspective of devtas or demigods, from higher perspective, they have a very long span of life. They live thousands and millions of years, okay? And how much we live? 60, 70, it's reducing. It's said in scriptures that it will reduce up until the age of 10. So you will take birth, you will get old very fast, and then you will die at the age of 10. So the lifespan is actually decreasing. That is a symptom of Kali Yuga. But we are fortunate, we still have a very long time. So we can take advantage of it. But Mrityu Loka, why Mrityu Loka? Because if we see from their perspective, every moment people are dying here. So from that perspective, it is called Mrityu Lokas, that every moment there is death happening. Now that we are talking, someone is dying. And it is a bitter truth that every one of us will also die one day. And it's not something that, nobody knows. Everyone knows about this truth. But still, why do we kind of ignore this? Because somewhere, we think that there will be an exception made for my case. So let's go to Srimad Bhagavatam. Everyone knows about the Pandavas, right? Pandavas. And everyone knows Maharaj Yudhishthir? Maharaj Yudhishthir, right? So when they were in their Vanvas, Maharaj Yudhishthir had this encounter with one Yaksha. So what that the Yaksha did, he kind of made all the Pandavas unconscious, or almost they took the life out of them. So they were all lying unconscious. And Maharaj Yudhishthir went there. He's like, okay, I'm the one who has made this to your brothers. And if you answer my questions, I will release them. I will bring back them, right? So then Maharaj Yudhishthir is like, okay. So then he asks one question. He's like, what is the most astonishing thing in this world? And Maharaj Yudhishthir, he gave an answer. He's like, every moment someone or the other is dying and people are seeing that, but they still think that there will be something different for them. So this is the most astonishing thing, that every moment people are dying, but still they don't realize that I am also going to die one day. They think that no, I'm not going to die, something different will happen to me, you know. So this is the most astonishing thing that is there in this world, and it's still going on. You see, someone, you may have experienced this, that in a family also, when someone dies, everyone will be very sad, you know, they will cry. For how many days? 10 days, 14 days. And then they will forget, right? So this is going on, and it's not very astonishing, you know. I don't find it astonishing, like this will go on. But if we actually read the scriptures, we'll realize that why people are dying, and why I have to die, why I have to take birth again and again. Why is this cycle going on? Why is this happening? Krishna explains that until and unless you surrender unto me, until and unless you take up my bhakti and you try to escape this cycle of repeated birth and death, there's no way out. You will come here again and again, and you will die. It's called, Prabhupada mentions it as a hamster wheel or something like that. Hamster wheel is like, have you seen, everyone has seen that mouse running in a wheel. He's running, going nowhere, and then the wheel is spinning. It's like that. So we are running and running, going nowhere, coming back here again, taking another birth, some other body, some other family. And we don't even know from how long we've been doing this. And for how long we'll do this if we don't follow the instructions of Krishna and Arjuna. We find everything very important. We find our family very important. We find our job very important. We find everything very, very important. It's topmost priority. But we don't think about life's goal. Why am I here? What is the goal of my life? I asked my friends one day, like, what is the goal of your life? Have you ever wondered about, like, why am I doing what am I doing? And most of them, they didn't have an answer. Some of them, they were like, oh, I want to make my family happy. Some of them were like, I want to have a lot of money. And I was like, then what will you do after you have a lot of money? They'll be like, oh, I will enjoy. I will live a very lavish life, this and that. But then when I asked them, what about when you get old? What about when you have to leave this body one day? They were like, why to think about something like that is going to happen in so many years? And, and it's normal. They're like, it's normal to take birth and die. I was like, really? Is it normal? Do you really want to suffer that? Have you seen someone dying? Have you seen how much they suffer? It's not very normal. And we are not meant to suffer like this. Why? I'm not saying this. Krishna is saying that. Krishna is saying that in Bhagavad Gita, that a jiva is supposed to be eternally happy. Our swarup is Sat, Chit and Ananda. Sat means eternal. We don't have to die. We don't have to take birth. Chit means who has all knowledge, and Ananda means he's always blissful. He's always enjoying. That is also a form of Krishna. So we are meant to do that. But what are we doing here? We are doing 9-to-5 job. we are getting some disease. We are going to doctor. We are, suffering all sorts of rain, heat, snow. I don't like snow. So we are going through all this, but we are not meant to, go through all these sufferings. We think like this is normal, but it's not normal. If we think deeply, and if we actually try and understand Bhagavad Gita, it's not very normal. So yes, sorry, I think I just took a turn and got carried away. But yes, I think we can read further.
Just wanted to add that you were saying that the death is very painful, right? The how we can measure that it is said in the scriptures that when somebody dies, it feels as if 80,000 scorpions are actually biting you at the same time. So it's very, very painful, and there's also descriptions of what a baby thinks in the womb of his mother when he is about to be born, because in the womb of his mother, the baby is in a very, very uncomfortable situation. It's
Louder little.
yeah, he's in a very uncomfortable situation, and like very almost like tied up inside, right? Like he if he needs to, if he there's this, if he's feeling like want to scratch himself, he can't scratch himself. He's hungry, he has to depend on his mother. He can't drink, he can't do anything by himself. Very much constrained that. And so in that moment he prays to Krishna that when I will come out of this womb, I will worship you. I will not come back to this condition ever again. But then as soon as he comes out, he sees all the Maya around, and then he forgets Krishna, and then the ignorance takes over him. And then as he grows, and that the same thing happened in adulthood and in old age, and then he dies, and then he comes back again, and then he again prays, oh, I will do this, but then he forgets. So it's a cycle, the way he was explaining. And if we think that at the time of death, it is possible to think about Krishna, while you haven't done it all your life, it is impossible because you'll be in so much pain that the mind is, you will lose your mind, your ability to speak is gone, your ability to smell, your ability to see, everything is gone. So it will be very hard to remember Krishna. So we have to do it before we reach that stage in life. And it's the preparation stage right now. So I just wanted to add that.
Okay, we'll read further. The beauty of Krishna consciousness, however, is that by one stroke, by engaging in devotional service, one can surpass all the rituals of the different orders of life. The words idam viditva indicates that one should understand the instruction given by Sri Krishna in this chapter and 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. One should try to understand these chapters not by scholarship or mental speculation, but by hearing them in association with devotees. Chapters 7 through 12 are the essence of Bhagavad Gita. The first 6 and last 6 chapters are covering for the middle 6 chapters, which are especially protected by the Lord. If one is fortunate enough to understand Bhagavad Gita, especially this middle 6 chapters in association of devotees, then his life at once becomes glorified by all penance, sacrifices, charities and speculations, etc. For one can achieve all the results of these activities simply by Krishna consciousness. I'll just read and finish it off, and then we can discuss at once. You want to read?
One who has little faith in Bhagavad Gita should learn Bhagavad Gita from a devotee, because in the beginning of the 4th chapter, it is stated clearly that Bhagavad Gita can be understood only by devotees. No one else can perfectly understand the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. One should therefore learn Bhagavad Gita from a devotee of Krishna, not from mental speculators. This is a sign of faith. When one searches for a devotee and fortunately gets a devotee's association, one actually begins to study and understand Bhagavad Gita. By advancement in the association of the devotee, one is placed in devotional service, and this service dispels all one's misgivings about Krishna or God and Krishna's activities, form, pastimes, name, and other features. After these misgivings have been perfectly cleared away, one becomes fixed in one's study. Then one relishes the study of Bhagavad Gita and attains the state of feeling always Krishna conscious. In the advanced stage, one falls completely in love with Krishna. This highest perfectional stage of life enables the devotee to be transferred to Krishna's abode in the spiritual sky, Golok Vrindavan, where the devotee becomes eternally happy.
So, in this chapter, it is in this particular paragraph, it is said that by one stroke, by engaging in devotional service, one can surpass all the rituals of different orders of life. So, the importance is not to become a brahmachari, to become a grahastha, to become a sannyasi, or to become a vanaprastha. All this is meant just for us to develop some love for Krishna. If you develop some love for Krishna, then you can surpass all these orders. Doesn't matter if you're a brahmachari, if you're a grahastha, you stay where you are, perform your duties, but then dedicate some time towards developing some love for Krishna. Like you all, you've come to temple, you are going to take darshan, you're going to participate in the aarti, right? You're going to sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So you are dedicating some time towards Krishna. So Krishna sees every small effort that we make. It is said that if we take one step towards Krishna, Krishna will take 100 steps towards us. And it's very, very evident. Even if you have a small desire, that, oh, I want to offer this to Krishna, I want to serve Krishna. It is said that Krishna is Bhavgrahi Janardhan. So he's not wanting our money, he's not wanting our flower, he's not wanting anything that we offer. He's just wanting the love behind that. Even if you offer a small flower, from a garden that you picked, you offer it with love, and on the other hand, some wealthy man is bringing a bouquet of $1,000. He's not having that love behind it. Krishna will accept your flower that you're giving with love. Krishna is hungry for love. So the importance is, all that we are doing, whatever we're doing, we're reading Bhagavad Gita, we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Whatever we're doing, we are doing it just because we want to develop some love for Krishna. And if we have that love, it is said in Bhagavad Gita, here you read that if you have that love, you'll be transferred to Golok Vrindavan at the end of your life. And I'm not saying that, Krishna is saying that in Bhagavad Gita again, right? So it's very easy, and it may seem like, Bhakti has a very, some type of image that if you want to do Bhakti, you have to leave everything, you have to leave your family, you have to leave your partner, you have to become a brahmachari, shave up your head, take up saffron cloth, and then dedicate your life. No, that is not Bhakti. You can do Bhakti wherever you are, you can be with your family, you can do your job, you can do whatever you're doing, you can be a student and do Bhakti. Just add little bit of Krishna in your life. It can start with just 15 minutes, wake up in the morning, take a shower, sit in front of Krishna, read some few pages of Bhagavad Gita, chant some, 5-10 minutes of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And that is, you've started your journey in Bhakti. And if you have desire to know Krishna more, to love him more, then he will make the arrangements. He will make the arrangements, and then slowly, because you will develop some Bhakti, what you will do is you will increase your time for reading Bhagavad Gita, you will increase your time for doing the chanting Krishna's names, because you will feel some love there, right? So it's very easy to start. So we are actually about time, it's 7:30 already. Our program is until 7:30. So what we'll do now is we'll distribute these beats, and we will chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra all together on beats. And whoever is interested, you can also join us here. We have a lot of mala. And this chanting is very, very powerful. There's no set of rules and regulations. Anyone can chant, okay? And if you are inspired by this practice, you can also take this practice with you at your home. You can chant anywhere, in subway, during your break, at your work, or in your school, wherever you are, you can actually chant, and you will see the results instantly. You will instantly feel a little bit of calmness in you. You'll feel some peace, and it's very, very helpful. So
Um, I just share a few tips to have a good japa. Is to sit straight, as keep your spine very much erect, and so the most important aspect of chanting is to say the mantra out loud. Is everyone aware of the Hare Krishna mantra? If not, it's that one. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And the way you hold the beads is, you don't touch your index finger to the beads, but you hold it like this, right? And every bead has, so on every bead you chant one Hare Krishna mantra, and then you move forward like this. So this mala has 108 beads, so we'll chant 108 times. It will take us about, I think, 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Let's see how much it takes. So you can chant alongside me. And when you chant, please try to hear what you're chanting, right? So the vibrations, feel them going around your body, and feel them as if when you're saying it, it is going from your mouth to your ears and to your heart, and it's actually purifying it. Okay? Any questions? Okay, perfect. You want to add something?
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Okay.
we will make them chant.
So before chanting on japa beads, what we do is actually ask for blessings that from the Panch Tattva, who are very merciful, and we have a mantra for that. For the ones who know, they can chant along me. If not, then you can just offer your prayers that if during this chanting we do any offenses or mistakes, please forgive us. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you everyone for chanting with us, and I just want everyone to take in all the vibrations that have changed, and see in yourself the change that you see before and after chanting. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for chanting with us. And if you have any reflections that you want to share, how you felt after chanting, or any questions from the discussion that we just had, anything that you want to ask, or anything about the practice you want to ask, feel free to ask. And some of us, we follow this practice every day. We dedicate 2 hours of our day and for chanting this mantra. So if you feel inspired, if you feel that this mantra can actually benefit, you can also take these beads with you for small donation, and then you can carry on this practice at your home, wherever. There's no rules, there's no regulations to chant this mantra. You can also chant it right after you wake up. You also need not take shower. It is ideal if you can take shower and then get clean and then chant, but there's no rules and regulation. You can chant it on your bed while lying. You can also chant when you are walking. You can chant it anywhere. But if you can sit in a space, quiet space, where you can actually focus on the mantra, that is ideal. And while chanting, you may have noticed that your mind was wandering here and there. It was going here and there. It is pretty normal. The trick is to just bring it back to the mantra. And nature, it is a nature of our mind to flicker, to go here and there, to jump from one thing to other. But when we practice this mantra meditation or chanting, what happens is it calms our mind down, and slowly we'll be able to control our mind, and our mind will not wander eventually. But it takes a very long practice. So it's pretty normal for your mind to go here and there. Eventually you'll feel the difference when you chant for a elongated period of time. You will feel the difference. So also we have some copies of Bhagavad Gita. So if you don't have a copy of Bhagavad Gita, please do take one. I kind of request everyone, because it's very, very practical, very important. And it's said that Bhagavad Gita is a life manual. So anything that you buy, you get a manual with it. You have got this human form of life, and Bhagavad Gita is the manual. So if you are operating this machine without a manual, please take the manual and then try to operate it with the manual. You'll see the difference. It'll be more efficient and more focused. And yes, you will basically you will know how to use the body that we have, the life that we have, in an optimal way. What is the best use of this form of life that we've got. So yeah, I request everyone, if you don't have a Bhagavad Gita, please do take one. We are not selling these books and beads. We are just giving it out for small donation. If you can, please make a donation. If not, if you want to sincerely have it and you cannot make a donation, that's okay. We'll be very happy to give it to you like that. The important thing is, if you're taking a bead, please do chant. If you're taking a Bhagavad Gita, please read it. That's all we ask for. Okay? Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining. And we do have some prasad. We will distribute that now. Hare Krishna.
The DT doors will open at 8, and we'll have some kirtan at that time. So please feel free to stay back and for darshan. And right now the restaurant is also open, Govinda's, and you can have prasadam there as well. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. Hare Krishna.